Being intentional is a love language for your woman. Babe, be ready by 8 o'clock. Put on your black dress with the one black heels that I got you with the gold cuff on them. She like, huh? What? Where are we going? She ain't got to think about nothing but getting dressed. Babe, don't worry about dinner. I put some chicken in the oven. I baked some macaroni and I roasted some asparagus for the kids, so you ain't got to worry about it. Intentional. Babe, this weekend when you get off, instead of coming home, I booked you a massage and for you to get your nails and your feet done because you've been doing so much for everybody else that I wanted to make sure that you was catered to as well. Babe, I sent you a cash app because I heard you talking about that you wanted to get your hair braided. Babe, do everything that you need to do so by the time I get off work, we can go for a walk and just talk and hold hands. Intentional. Hey, babe, I just got in the barber chair, but I wanted to FaceTime you real quick first because I wanted to see you because I didn't know how long this was going to take. Baby, I got the kids tonight, and I did the laundry for you. Go ahead and hang out with your girls. You can't miss when you being intentional about your woman. You can't. Fellas, pay attention. We got to remain intentional. We got to remain in high pursuit of our woman. At the end of the day, we don't want them to feel like they're an option. We don't want them to feel like they aren't as important to us as other things. Listen, be intentional. Ladies, if a man being intentional with you is a love language that really speaks to you, I want you to comment intent.
Shower you with all my attention.
That's heavy. That is heavy.
That is.
I'm a woman, so I can say this.
Welcome to Relationship Talk with the Geths. Join Ed and Maya, a dynamic husband and wife duo, as they share real and honest advice on love, dating, and marriage. As transformational relationship coaches, they specialize in helping both singles and couples enhance communication, build intimacy, and experience greater pleasure in their relationships. They also offer online courses tailored for singles and married couples and are fully licensed to officiate weddings. Now, let's dive into today's session.
My boy just taught a class.
He did.
Like, he just spit so much game in seconds. Like, he put y'all up on free game. He's telling the absolute truth. You don't have to come up with all these things. If you say, well, I'm not a good planner, I don't come up with things well. Like, he literally just made a list, and I don't think your girl would be mad about any of it. Like, put all that stuff on your list and figure out what day you're doing all of that.
Right.
Go ahead and put that in the budget for everything that he just named. Because that was free. And then listen to her to figure out other things that you can add to the list. Now, I always talk to women about what we can do to be better women for our husband, to be a bigger support, to be, you know, a listening ear for him, to create an environment where he feels respected and he's the king here, and how to cater to him. I do that all the time. So if you're just tuning into our show, don't think I'm just coming on here trying to tell men what to do, how to be better. No, I have these conversations with women all the time about how we should show up for y'all. All the time, to the extent where my women come in and say, well, are you ever gonna talk to men? Today we are talking to men. Ooh, that was good. I want to stop right there. I want to let you talk before I actually go.
I'm gonna go ahead for all the men that are rolling their eyes, ducking their head, like I used to do when I was told these things. So he's right. She's right. You have no idea how much this means to a woman once you are in the relationship. So I think we can do these things when we're in pursuit, because we trying to either snatch them up for ourselves to be a woman, we trying to get into bed with them, or we trying to go on a trip with them, something. We trying to impress. But it carries so much further. It took me a minute. I had to learn about intention to the point I said it in my phone. Be intentional about doing something for your wife today. And I get it. Some of us are not very in tune with like planning, like, oh man, let me think of a trip, let me book it, let me close out. Get there. I ain't saying give up on that. Get there. But before you get there, you know what? She probably would appreciate her hair and nails done. find out where the salon, nail shop, book the appointment for, call and say, hey, if you're not doing anything, there's appointment for you 5 o'clock to get your pedicure because I saw that you need your feet done. Or if you're not that far thinking, you know what? Don't worry about dinner tonight. I bought such and such and such and such. Or if she does cook, babe, you done? Go sit down. I'm gonna put the kids in bath. After I do that, I'll take care of the kitchen, and then I'm gonna rub your feet afterwards. All of those things don't require too much thought. It took me a minute. I know she used to burn a hole in my ear to get these things, but
and this is something we're still working on. Like, we're in the middle of it, but I acknowledge the growth. Mm-hmm. Like, he went from never thinking of anything,
but basketball,
happy not to think of it,
yes,
to like the small things matter. The small things matter. So I think some of the things that he came up with, those are grand gestures, and I love those. Mm-hmm. But there are so many other things that you can do without money that you can do around the house. Mm-hmm. I think if you poll your women, a lot of people would probably say that acts of service is one of the top love languages, especially for women, because we carry so much and we do so much that when things are done for us, we appreciate it so much. And so if gifts is her love language, it doesn't have to be some big, elaborate, expensive gift. You could come home with her favorite candy bar or her favorite snack or something like that. Just something simple. Yes. Just something to let her know that you're being intentional about offering her something that will make her smile. Right. It could be the smallest things. If words of affirmation is her love language and you don't have time to stop by, the store to get one of these $10 cards, dude, you could really just write something. It could be, you could search on Google like just a quick poem to let her know that I love her. Snap it and send it to her just so she knows that you were thinking about her. If you're in the store, don't buy the card. Go take a picture of it and text it to her. Just the smallest little things. Quality time, if she loves quality time, just getting her away, going to the park with some ice cream. Like simple things that you can do, just being intentional about showing her that you love her in the way that she receives love. So first knowing those love languages, what makes her feel loved, and then showing up in that way, whether it's comfortable for you or not. He's been so great about just taking initiative around the house with stuff that I would traditionally do. Like, it's just stuff that I would normally cook, clean the kitchen or whatever. He will see it, that I'm overwhelmed, and he'll say, I'm about to take care of the kitchen and you do this. Seems simple because, yeah, he lives there too. Those are his dishes, but that's something I normally do. So him taking care of it makes me feel loved, even though he lives there. When he washes our clothes, thank you. I appreciate it. And I know a lot of people say, well, he lived there too. He ought to do this. He ought to do that. He ought to do that. But it takes something off of my plate because I would normally do it. Things that he would normally do, he would probably appreciate if I help out with. And so, absolutely. Which I don't traditionally, especially like this trash and stuff. I don't be taking no trash. Like, he got traditional stuff that he takes care of.
She did it one day and I was stunned.
He should have been.
I was like, oh man, I was gonna get you. Like, I couldn't take.
But I didn't even deserve love for that because I wasn't doing it for him. I was doing it because I wanted to make sure when I got home I didn't smell no trash. Yeah. And I knew it was a meat packet in there. Yeah. And so the fact that it was in there pissed me off a little bit.
but I normally take out the trash, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, thank you, babe. And it made me now want to be more intentional.
But I don't have to do that for him because that's not his love language.
Right.
I don't have to love him in the same way that I receive love. I have to know what my man needs. And what he needs is words of affirmation and physical touch. So I tell him how wonderful he is. I tell him how much I appreciate him. And then I put my hands on him. And my man is good, so you worry about yours. And then he can worry about me.
Right.
He knows that I love acts of service and physical touch. So he can do some stuff for me, and then he can touch on me. So you figure out what works there, and you roll with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's men folk. This is definitely a lesson for us. Pay attention. That's the big thing. Take something off her plate, and then as you learn those things, surprise her with a nice evening.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, would I interrupt what you were doing?
No, I was just going to graduate to, then, maybe you get to the trips, like the getaway. That's like the ultimate, but go ahead.
Well, before I ask the question, I will say if there are certain things that you want to graduate to that don't come naturally to you and you don't want to deal with, you can outsource these things.
You can.
Like if I know that my man likes to come home to a clean house and I don't want to clean it, I can pay people to come clean my house and he comes home and it's clean. Okay? If he needs some food, you can pay people to cook food for you. In the same way, if your wife loves to go on trips and you hate to plan trips, you can get a travel agent. I'm a travel agent.
Ooh.
You can call me. And not only do I plan travel, but I also plan date nights in and out. I plan weekend little getaways or activities. If you don't want to go out of town, I can plan stuff in your area. So that's something that actually brings me joy. I enjoy doing that. So you can contact people like me and get those things planned for you. And then you just announce to her, I have this planned for you. Yep. It doesn't mean that you have to actually plan it. You just have to be intentional about getting it done for her.
She creates care packages. I don't know if you still
Yeah, I do it all. I'm a one-stop shop. I can get it. Relationship, one-stop shop. I can get you everything you need. Right. Now, my question for you is, why do you think it's so difficult? Because I have talked to so many men where intentionality is just a challenge. So why is it so hard for some men? Now, some men, that's just, they knock it out of the ballpark. Some men knock it out of the park. This guy, if you're created like him, that's just who you are naturally. It's just easy for you. He rattled those ideas off. Like my brother is that way. He can just come up with this stuff. Both of my brothers, actually, they can just come up with this stuff just off the top of their head. But if that's not who you are, then tell me why it's so difficult.
I can answer that.
Okay.
Because there's a high focus on your worth being a provider and a protector. I think most men feel like if you can't do those first two things and do them to the fullest, then you are worth nothing at all. It ain't no, well, let's balance those with being romantic, with being intentional. No. Get all this, because if you slacken that, so then you become either, I wouldn't say a workaholic, but more work driven.
I have a question.
More provider driven. Also, and then the other one is pleaser. So you got to please your wife, but see, I know you're talking this pleases her. You've only been told sexually.
Where does this come from? Protect, provider, pleaser.
And pleaser.
Like for you, say you feel the pressure. Where does the pressure come from? I would say
society.
Not women.
Well, either the role they were shown by men growing up or absence of the role of a man. So then all you see on TV is that you don't necessarily see too many men being that. And if they are, then peer pressure makes you feel like you're a simp so that's the big one right there. You get clowned too much if you do that for a woman, and then she's either not that into you, or you feel like she's cheating on you. Or
but all is null and void once you have a wife, right? Because she's
agree.
into you, she married you.
Exactly. But those, like, I think we had an interview a while ago where a guy was saying those are the habits you brought in to the household. So how things you picked up in your household, things you picked up in your teenage years or your college years that stuck with you, that you felt like, well, how I behave like this is how I got the most women or the most attention for women. I was the party guy, so I felt like that's how I had to be going into marriage. I was the money guy, so that's how I felt I had to be going to marriage. I was the thug or the big brash guy. Go ahead, I'm listening.
That's confusing because you said that these are the behaviors that got you the most women. But that's not your goal anymore, right? Once you have the woman that you want, you're not still trying to keep up whatever you had to keep up to get the most women, right? Yeah,
but some men aren't emotionally intelligent to figure that, the goal flips. It's still the personality. The personality, now the goal has changed, so much also the personality. The new goal is you got a woman now, you get to be head of household and the woman takes care of you. You got a woman to take care of you. You got a woman to either be an arm piece. You got
That's
a woman.
Your goal, to find someone to take care of you?
Well, some men when they go into marriage to have children with, so they can take care of the kids, take care of the household, and I bring home the money.
But that's not even the case. Like, okay.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
So
you asked me though.
Yeah, but I'm saying to debunk that.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that a lot of people get in and their pressure is from protecting, providing.
Right.
What does protecting mean to you?
Being there in case somebody disrespects your wife, hurts your family.
Day to day.
Keeping men from trying to come at your wife.
If you're wearing this as a pressure, you said top 2 pressures: protecting, providing.
Protecting.
So this is like daily. This is my job.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing? What as a protector?
Keeping, I guess, bad guys away from the house. Making sure your wife feels like if somebody disrespects her, she got a husband that she can call to ward them off, fend them off.
Stuff that rarely happens.
Probably.
So men rarely have to show up in the role of protector. Would you say that? If those are the things you're protecting her from,
yeah, but
you're not gonna have home invasions very often. I hope. And then maybe you have an alarm system.
I hope.
As a first defense, that will dispatch law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like the majority of husbands are showing up as a protector in that way very often.
Mm-hmm.
And then the duty as a provider, in most cases, I do know that some men are sole providers in the household, but in the majority of cases in 2025, they were dual providers. Like we are both contributing to in a way that it's significant.
Right.
And so that's not something that you share. So I think a lot of times I think that men carry pressure that's not there. You guys have these things on your shoulder, like I gotta protect, I gotta provide, when you're not asked to protect very often, and you're definitely not providing by yourself, to the point where sometimes she's bringing more money into the house, and so you have to provide even less in that situation. So that should free you up to do more things, because you are not. It's like you're carrying the heaviness of protect the provider in your mind only.
You know what you just did for men right now?
What?
Made them go, ding. I promise you, nobody has ever explained. Now I know because I'm married to you, so it's all of this has been told to me. Therefore, I am now more intentional. But men, a lot of men, I won't say most men, a lot of men have not had that breakdown conversation.
And most women that go to work that help you provide alongside with you, don't mind doing it. It's not like they feel burdened to go to work. Especially if they're in a career field that they love. It's like we're partners. We're doing this together. You are definitely the head of our household.
Right.
You're our decision maker, our covering. But we do these things together. And so we do these things together. And so you should have some time, energy, and space to be intentional about the way you love me.
And one more thing. Another thing is their partner, just like how you just explained it to men, also being able to communicate, this is what I need to be more intentional. Not, when they aren't intentional, they just complain, you don't never do this, you don't never do that. Instead of saying, you know what I would really appreciate. No, you don't, baby. You rarely have to protect me. I'm good there. And as far as providing, I got you. You get what I'm saying? There are some women that's all they want their man for.
And that's
Like,
okay. You got to know who you're
saying?
married to.
So,
I'm speaking for people like me.
Right.
You don't have to be a sole provider for me.
Right.
Because we work together.
Correct.
And I'm okay with that.
And even though that's my goal to still be that, like, intentionality does matter more.
Well, you don't have
right
that
now.
pressure.
Right, exactly.
To show up in that way.
Right.
I would rather you take off that pressure so that you can have more space to show up for me in the other ways. I want to love you intentionally, and then I want you to love me that way.
And that's one of the things I have learned in our marriage. It takes growth, communication, and being able to receive, now it makes the man pay more attention. You know what I'm saying? So the same way we just kind of conversed right there, these are conversations that need to have if you want your man to be more intentional, and men understanding that what this gentleman just taught us is we're more receptive to receive, to try, and to grow in that area.
Well, I have a question from a woman's perspective.
Shoot.
So if we would like for you to love us more intentionally, how should we communicate that so that it doesn't come across as nagging? Because we don't, I know you said you don't want to be like, you don't never do this or you don't never do that. I want this, I want that. So it doesn't sound like yin, yin, yin. How should we communicate our needs in a way that would inspire you to show up that way instead of it seeming burdensome?
One neat trick you did, I don't know if everybody can do that.
I did it.
You did it. One neat trick you did, you was like, oh, babe, look what you got me. Oh, you surprised me with a trip to the nail salon. And I'm like, I did? Yes, you did. I'm like, oh, gotcha. Now it's a thought of, okay, she likes going to the nail salon. Babe, look what you bought me for Valentine's Day.
I do.
And look where we going. Oh, all right, get dressed. Because I'm getting dressed. You know what I'm saying?
Teaching you how to love. Look, Music Soul Child, teach me how to love. You can't, if this is your husband or this is your wife, and you've signed up for a lifetime of love, then like enjoy the journey. You're not going to be at the end, thank God, immediately. You have time to explore each other and learn how to be better. Teach them how to love you the way you want, because it's going to change from season to season.
Yeah.
You can't just expect them to know and grow with the flows, and they might not even see a change that happened. You have to teach them. Like, baby, I know that that 1-2 punch used to work for me. Now I'm needing this more in this season. Like, I don't want another edible arrangement for a Valentine's Day present. Don't cash out me another $50.
Ooh,
the next time
I feel hit on that one.
The next time I want you to spend your time, energy, resources so that it lands well. So you tell them what you want.
Yeah.
That's how you keep from being disappointed. I know so many people that say, ooh, Valentine's Day come up, my husband better come through. He better come through. Does he know what you want? No, he better just know. You better tell him.
Better tell him.
Somewhere around right after Christmas.
Listen, we got one of our One Vision community members that says, she tells you, she says, oh, I just asked my husband for the credit card. He gives it to me. I said, hey, thank you for the trip to Jamaica.
Period. And there it is. We're going to Jamaica because that's what my husband did for me. Yes. So we have done it both ways.
Yes.
Christmas time, I buy myself Christmas presents.
Right.
And I tell him what he got me. Because that way I know I'm getting what I want. If I don't want to do that, then I am very specific with him. If Valentine's Day is coming up and I actually want to do something or have something, I say, Ed, it's January. Valentine's Day is next month. This is what I want. You have a month to make sure that we have childcare, because we're not going to be able to celebrate on Valentine's Day because other people are going to be celebrating. So on the 15th or the 13th, I need childcare. I want you to cook some ribs, a baked potato. This is how you make baked potatoes, and a salad with Caesar dressing. No, I'm just saying I'm very specific with him because that's how I avoid.
Full disclosure, I messed it up, but that's all right.
You did, but.
But this is not the rest of it.
But this is how I avoid being disappointed.
Yes.
I tell him what I want. Right. I'm very clear about it, so that there are no guessing. I forfeit the right to be surprised. But I don't get the warm and fuzzies, and I'm okay with that because I get what I want. And what's more important?
Right.
I don't want warm and fuzzies, and you showed with something I really didn't want. Oh, you got me 3 dozen roses, and what I wanted was 10 lemon pepper wings and fries.
Yes.
I don't want flowers. I want this. Right. I don't come up with this kind of candy. I want this kind. Right. So tell them. I tell them. And then I'm happy. And then he's happy. Because he made me happy.
Right. And
they actually want to please you, but they don't want to have to guess. They're like, if I got to guess, I might get it wrong. I'm just not even going to try. Be clear in your communication about what it is that you need from from them.
Yep. So.
With that being said.
Yep.
Be intentional. We love y'all bunches.
Love y'all. Be intentional. Fellas, that's for us. Do it.